Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Professor Dr. Syafrizal MPD as a lecturer of seminar on English language teaching course. So, we are here to hold the seminar. There is 4 present. First present is me, Siti Maptuha. Second presenter is Ricky Andrian. The third presenter is Renata Denda, and the last presenter is Muhammad Gilang Ramadan. So let's further ado. First present will be delivered me, Siti Maptuha. Okay. Okay, I want to tell you the title of the seminar today is An Exploration of the Learning Foreign Language is Still Underestimated in Indonesia. Next slide. Okay. A sense of appreciation for foreign language is still visible among some Indonesian because they consider foreign language to be of a higher rank than Indonesian. In fact, it seems like they don't want to know about development in the Indonesian language. In this era of globalization, Indonesian language identity needs to be fostered and promoted by every Indonesian citizen. This is necessary so that Indonesian people are not carried away by foreign language influences, which are clearly unsuitable and even incompatible with Indonesian language and culture. Therefore, Indonesian people must be able to distinguish between positive and negative influences on the development of Indonesian language. Next slide. Okay, so the next is language origins and dynamic. Indonesian originates from Malay and incorporates elements from various languages. It's considered higher than regional language but lower than foreign language, especially English. The relationship between Indonesian regional and foreign language has both positive and negative impact on language development. So Indonesian comes from Malay, which has been enriched with various elements of regional and foreign language, so that it can become a new language. Indonesian has become a language that is considered to be a higher position than regional language, even though it is considered lower than foreign language, especially English. These three languages are a unifull, so they cannot be separated and have a reciprocal relationship between one and the other. This relationship has positive and negative impact. Positive in terms of its contribution to enriching the Indonesian language, and negative in terms of the emergence of interference between the two languages. Next slide. Okay, so next is challenge in the globalization era. Globalization presents challenges for the Indonesian language with rapid technological advancement favoring English as a communication tool. English proficiency is increasingly seen as essential for competing globally. Foreign language learning in Indonesia raised concern about culture, identity erosion, and Western hegemony. So, in the connection with the existence of the Indonesian language in the era of globalization, Of course, the Indonesian language will face problems that come with a fairly high level of difficulty. And in this of globalization means that the world is just like a small village. So it's very easy to reach for those who can use this technology. Next slide. Okay, so next slide. Next about English language teaching in Indonesia. English plays a significant role in Indonesia education, economy, and global competitiveness. Curriculum changed from grammar translation method or GTM to communicative language teaching reflect involving pedagogical approaches. Challenge include teacher proficiency, research limitation, and the transition to online learning amid the COVID-19 pandemic. So, in Indonesia, the Ministry of National Education of Foreign Language or TPL problem. The primary approach employs so far is a solution. Thus, the teaching of English in the classroom learning process is heavily what the type of curriculum is implemented. Slide. Okay, so what is problem of English language teaching in Indonesia? Teacher and learner are the significant determinant of academic outcomes. All learning activities are therefore successfully addressed if teacher and student involved together. Indeed, the teacher are the most crucial elements in the running the teaching and learning process. In Indonesia, teacher and student deal with various problems and challenges in language teaching and learning. And the issue partly come from student and English teacher. The part that needs to be developed by the English teacher to involve them in English teaching and learning. Thus, it is one of the challenge for teacher to lead the instruction and interest the student to engage in the teaching. Next slide. Okay, so before I close and give a conclusion the seminar today, if you want to ask, you can raise hand. Okay, Renata, go ahead.
Okay. I want to ask what obstacles does the Indonesian society face in upholding pride in the Indonesian language amidst the pressure of globalization?
Okay, thank you. Anidar. Okay, Ricky, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to ask you something. How does that delineate the intricate interplay between Indonesian, regional, and foreign languages, and what implication does it carry? And that's my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ricky. Anyone else? Okay, Muhammad Gilang, go ahead.
Okay, my question is, what are key challenges regarding English language education in Indonesia, particularly in terms of curricular adoption and teacher competency? That's my question.
Okay, thank you for the all question. So I want to answer the Renata question. So the question is, what obstacle does the Indonesian society face in upholding pride in the Indonesian language amidst the pressure of globalization? So uh, around the prevalent inclination among science segments of Indonesian society to prioritize foreign knowledge. This inclination poses a challenge to instilling a sense of pride in the Indonesian language, necessitating concerted effort to reinforce Indonesian language identity, uh, the tide of foreign culture in. That's right, Renata.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so next I want to answer the question. So the question is, how delineates the intricate interplay between Indonesian, regional, and foreign language, and what implication does it carry? So, the navigates to the complex relationship between Indonesian, regional, and foreign language, highlighting their intertwined yet sometimes conflicting dynamic. While these languages contribute positively to the enrichment of Indonesian, they also introduce challenges such as linguistic interference, underscoring the non-balance between language evolution and cultural preservation within the globalized milieu. That's clear, Ricky?
Yes.
Okay, so last I want to answer Muhammad Bilang question. So the question is, what are the key challenges outlined regarding English language education in Indonesia, particularly in terms of curriculum adoption and teacher competency? So the discourse illuminates significant challenges in English language education in Indonesia, notably the imperative of adapting curriculum, the contemporary pedagogical approaches, and enhancing teacher competency to facilitate this transition effectively. So the critical role of education in navigating linguistic and cultural globalization while safeguarding national identity. It's clear, Gilang?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Uh, I will conclude the seminar today. So English proficiency is essential for various sectors in Indonesia, yet the effectiveness of language teaching has faced challenges over the years, transitioning from traditional methods to more communicative approaches. While the curriculum 13 curriculum represent a positive step forward, there are still hurdles such as teaching training, resource limitation, and the recent shift to online learning due to the pandemic. Okay, maybe enough from me. We can close the presentation, the slide. Okay, thank you, Ricky. So the next presented will be delivered by Renata. So Renata, time is yours. Oh, sorry. The next present delivered by Ricky.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Wait, I'll share screen. I'll share. Okay, guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. So the title of my material is Unveiling the Educational Potential of Narrative-Driven Gaming Experiences. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm thrilled to present the intriguing findings from our comprehensive study exploring the impact of narrative-driven gaming experiences on language acquisition skills among young adult gamers. Through a, through a multidimensional investigation, we have uncovered the transformative potential of gaming as a powerful tool for language learning and literacy enhancement. Hmm, wait, okay. So, uh, our exploration began with a fundamental question. How do narrative-driven gaming experiences influence language acquisition skill? To unravel this inquiry, we embark on a multidimensional journey employing a mixed methods approach that combine quantitative analysis, qualitative insight, and theoretical frameworks. This holistic methodology allows us to delve deep into the intricate dynamics of gaming and language learning. And now we move to the quantitative insight, uh, discovering the number behind the impact. So our quantitative analysis revealed compelling insight into the impact of gaming on language acquisition skill. Notably, a significant majority of participants, constituting 80% of the sample, reported experiencing a discernible impact on their language proficiency through engagement with narrative-driven game experiences. This numerical revelation underscored the profound influence of gaming on language learning outcomes, regardless of the specific game titles played. And nah, now we explore the motivation. So, as we delve deeper, we sought to unravel the motivation driving gaming behavior and their correlation with language proficiency levels. What we unearthed was truly enlightening. Participants who played games with the explicit intention of improving their language proficiency demonstrated a heightened awareness of the educational value inherent in gaming. Their testimonials and highlight the transformative power of gaming in fostering language acquisition skill, even in the absence of explicit language learning goals. And we move to the theoretical frameworks. Our study was guided by a robust theoretical framework that provided conceptual lenses through which to interpret our findings. Constructivism, social learning theory, cognitive load theory, and social cultural theory offered valuable perspective on the interplay between gaming, cognition, and cultural context in shaping language acquisition processes. By integrating theoretical insight into our analysis, we gain deeper insight into the complex dynamics at play within gaming environment. And now we talk about the educational implication. Now, so the question is, but what do these findings mean for educators, game developers, and policymakers? The implications are vast. Educational institution may consider integrating narrative-driven gaming experiences into language learning curricula, harnessing the motivational and immersive qualities of gaming to engage learner and enhance language acquisition outcomes. Game developers can explore opportunities to design games that explicitly target language learning goals, incorporating pedagogical principle and adaptive features to optimize learning experiences. And now we move to the recommendation. Furthermore, policymakers may advocate for the recognition of gaming as a legitimate educational tool, fostering collaboration between the gaming industry and educational institutions to promote innovative approaches to language learning. By fostering partnership and leveraging digital technologies, stakeholders can harness the transformative potential of narrative-driven gaming experiences to address the evolving need of language learner in the digital age. And now the last is the conclusion. As we draw our study to a close, it is evident that narrative-driven gaming experiences have the power to revolutionize language education, empowering learners with immersive and engaging opportunities to acquire language skills and cultural competencies. By embracing the educational value of gaming, we can unlock new pathways to language learning and literacy enhancement, shaping a brighter future for language learners around the world. And I think that's all from me. Anyone have a question? No? Okay. So, attention, back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Ricky. So the next present will be delivered by Renata. So Renata, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, moderators. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Renata Dinda, and I want to present my paper. My paper is Effectiveness of YouTube as Digital Learning Media in Enhancing English Listening Language Skill. So for the introduction, there's a background. The utilization of digital learning media has not only garnered attention but also transformed the landscape of education, especially in the realm of English language skill. This shift is reshaping how educators, researchers, and policymakers perceive and approach language learning and proficiency development. Moreover, the integration of multimedia elements in digital learning enhanced the overall learning experience. The rapid evolution of technology has brought about exciting possibilities for language learners, such as real-time language practice with native speakers through video conferencing, interactive exercise that adapt to individual learning styles, and gamified platforms that make learning engaging and fun. This paper systematically examines the multi-phase challenge in feeding the effectiveness of digital learning media and enhancing English language skills. And for the research problem is how English listening language skills are positively influenced by the use of YouTube as digital learning media. Next is literature review. In this chapter, we will review the existing literature on the effectiveness of YouTube as a digital learning media in enhancing English listening language skills. The literature review will provide a comprehensive understanding of the current state of research on the topic and identify the gaps that our study aims to address. YouTube has emerged as a popular platform for digital learning, offering a vast array of educational content on various subjects. Several studies have explored the potential of YouTube as a learning tool, focusing on its accessibility, flexibility, and affordability. English listening language skills play a pivotal role in facilitating effective communication and comprehensive understanding of the English language. As highlighted by Williams 2016, these skills encompass various aspects, including the ability to comprehend spoken English, decipher nonverbal cues, and retain and recall information accurately. Several studies have delved into efficacy of YouTube as a platform for enhancing English listening language skill. Notably, Baker and Inventado, 2014, conducted research demonstrating that YouTube videos serve as a valuable tool for augmenting listening comprehension among ESL, English as a second language students. Several factors have been pinpointed as crucial influencer affecting the effectiveness of YouTube in bolstering English listening language skills. Despite the potential of YouTube as a digital learning medium, several limitations and challenges have been identified in its use for enhancing English listening language skills. One notable limitation is the lack of interactive features inherent in many YouTube videos, which may hinder active engagement and meaningful interaction with the content. Future research in the field of digital language learning should prioritize addressing the limitation and challenge associated with utilizing YouTube as a primary medium for enhancing English listening language skill. This research was conducted using quantitative method. The quantitative method is a method used to process data in the form of number and test theories by studying the relationship between variables. According to Dr. John Creswell, 2014, a prominent academic and researcher in the field of research methods, a descriptive quantitative method describes data and characteristics about a population of phenomenon by gathering and measuring specific variables of interest. A descriptive quantitative techniques and to provide a methodological and impartial description of a certain phenomenon or population. It entails gathering and examining numerical data in order to summarize and characterize the traits, action, or perception of a sample of population. So for the research method is for the participant in a sample in this research, use 32 English students Sultan Ageng Tirta Yasa University at multiple levels of grade in English department. And for the instrument, the researcher used a questionnaire to determine how the YouTube media affected students' comprehension in listening class. The reason for using a questionnaire is to generalize data from the sample to the population, Creswell 2003, so that the researcher can obtain the specific result of the conducted research. The questionnaire in this research was used like Likert scale with close-ended question. 5 scales were utilized: 1 strongly B, 2 a B, 3 neutral, 4 disagree, and 5 strongly disagree. The data was collected from questionnaire was distributed to all participants online via WhatsApp chat. Students fill out a questionnaire by using Google Form for 8 to 9 of April 2004. The researcher used statistical package for social science, SPSS version 22 to perform a number of statistical analysis on the information gathered from the questionnaire. The frequency, percentage, and average answer provided by the subject learning were then calculated using descriptive statistics. The finding of the study have been shown by the graphic from collecting data based on the result of the questionnaire have been shared to students. The data shows that our most positive students respond to the use of YouTube as digital learning media in their listening learning. The data can be seen on your screen is based on the graphic. It can be seen that majority of students have positive response as much as 53.5% of students strongly agreed, 31.3% agreed, and the other 15.6% neutral listening comprehension skill. And the result of time from the graphic in the screen will show that 37.5% of students strongly agreed, 42.8% agreed, and 18.8% neutral. That they find it easier to understand spoken English after regularly watching educational content on YouTube. In addition, 50% of students strongly agreed, 37.5% agreed, and 12.5% neutral that YouTube provides a wide variety of English language materials that help me practice listening skills effectively. One of positive impact of using YouTube in facilitating students' listening learning is the interactive feature of YouTube. Subtitles, playback, speed control have enhanced their ability to comprehend spoken English. As the graphic data above show, 53.1% of students strongly agreed with the statement above. 28.1% of students agreed with the statement above, and 18.8% of students neutral with the statement above. The graphic data on your on the screen proves that using YouTube in listening learning is more attractive to students compared to the traditional methods. 56.3% of students strongly agreed, 28.1% of students agreed, and 15.6% of students neutral that they like it when their teacher using YouTube compared to traditional method in listening learning. Based on these findings, it can be seen that YouTube media are attractive, effective, relevant, and motivate students in listening. And for the conclusion is, based on data from the researcher can conclude that most of the students have strongly positive perception on YouTube as digital learning media in enhancing English listening language skills. Students believe that using YouTube and improving their listening comprehension will help them better understand the topic. The result of the survey indicate in brief that YouTube media is engaging, efficient, pertinent, and encourage pupil opinions on the usage of YouTube to comprehend listening materials. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Renata. So the last presented will be delivered by Muhammad Gilang Ramadan. So Muhammad Gilang, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ramadan. I will presentation my paper, the material about English teaching in Indonesia. Next slide. As the first world language in an international lingua franca, inevitably and undoubtedly plays essential roles for being spoken in the some spheres of the world. To that it is and therefore language proficiency about the education and politic criticism at beginning of its present, which was deemed to Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ramadan. I will present my paper, the material about English teaching in Indonesia. English as the first world language in international lingua franca, inevitably and undoubtedly play essential roles for being spoken in some spheres of the world. To date, it is evidenced by the endeavor of government worldwide to optimize English language proficiency as a part of the escalating economy, education, and politics in Indonesia. Despite being heavily criticized at the beginning of its present, which was deemed to possess a threat to learner multilingual background in terms of the cultural, moral, and behavior aspect. English, it seems, as a powerful means of communication since besides being implemented as instruction at higher education institution, it is also seen as a way to escalate one social status. English language teaching has been an instinct part of Indonesian educational system. Furthermore, Lauder figure out that one of the reasons Indonesian that learning English is rolled up on the international scale, which in turn led them to compete globally. Next slide. What is problem? Next slide. Again. The problem of English language teaching in Indonesia in incongruent expectation between teacher and learner during the learning process has affected the result and attitude of teaching and learning. Teacher and learner are the significant determinant of academic outcome. All learning activities are therefore success addressed if teacher and student involved together. Indeed, the teacher are the most crucial element in learning the teaching and learning process. It's getting more difficult to get successful outcome when the teacher do not have adequate communication proficiency. which influence the student high expectation of good learning opportunities, particularly expectation of good opportunities. In English teaching LT, if English teacher do not confirm communicative language teaching, philosophies, and accurate social linguistic content, and the student need from language acquisition, it can be a problem implementing teaching practice in Indonesia. Teacher and student deal with various problems and challenges in language teaching and learning. They should partly come from student and English teacher. Previous slide. Alternative solution. A student who have a little understanding of English, which means on this issue, he's tried to instill importance of learning English both for everyday life and to fast development in the same times. Let's continue to develop rapidly and become increasingly sophisticated. If we don't learn English, then we will the left behind because of our ignorance. Students think English is difficult. When students face this problem, they explain that English is not difficult. If students are willing to study seriously, do exercise or assignment, they will naturally become familiar with the question given, ranging from easy to difficult, and they will automatically understand English. Less supportive environment. In this case, he advised students to always try to speak English with their close environment. For example, with their classmate, parent, or other family member. Practice can start with small things, such as asking about objects in the school environment or at home. Remember, language is habit. If we are used to it, then we will be a comfortable position when they have to speak English. Students have limited vocabulary. Maybe it's because of a lack of knowledge and not reading books about English. So they have difficulty understanding what the teacher says and have difficulty understanding the reading. In this case, we give students an understanding of the importance of reading. So we encourage and with students to read diligently. Does know how to use grammar. A form explain grammar by giving pattern of form that we will use. Whatever yesterday, today, on the future, we also must not discourage from always getting them into the habit of asking on question every time we ask. Start the lesson according to the teaching material they are currently studying or the teaching material has been through. Lack of media use. Usually, we just explain, give a verbal description of a condition, form of or place. In this case, student, we can only imagine without directly saying the same of condition. As a result, it is difficult from them to understand and comprehend the meaning to convey. Next slide. Okay, and the conclusion is, as a result, they are rarely engaged in language learning due to difficulty, poor learning resource, and limited time and opportunity to practice. On the other hand, several teachers are not proficient in applying instructional media to increase student learning motivation. It happened due to some teachers who did not participate in any teaching training, particularly in the pandemic COVID-19. teacher attempt to maximize the learning dealing with complex demand of the curriculum, including for learning strategies, limited time of teaching, and lack of learning access. Perception of students' world language learning in Indonesia indicated various judgments depending on how teachers bring their teacher styles into the learning activities. Some students agree with the teacher style addressed by the teacher as they can carry out satisfying learner with a good attitude in teaching. The presence of sufficient material, the use of appropriate learning strategies, and the implementation of interesting media. On the contrary, some students disagree with the teaching style conducted by the teacher as they rarely use English in their teaching. Irrelevant material with the student daily activity and the media were barely implemented best. The student do not expose the boring class, unclear lesson, unprepared material, short time of practice, and rare feedback giving. Indeed, amid the pandemic era, students perceive it interesting to address online learning as they think it is easy, helpful, enjoyment, and engaging. Maybe these are from me. Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Gilang, for the present. Okay, all presenters have made their presentation. So we apologize if there are many mistakes. We have what we is useful.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.